On Monday night, the Idaho Steelheads erased two two-goal deficits, but never feared, clawing back each and every time, eventually forcing overtime, with Mark Rassel ending the contest just 23 seconds into the extra session in Game 1 of the Mountain Division semifinals. Here this evening, the Steelheads will look to take a 2-0 series lead before the matchup shifts to the Lone Star State. It's Game 2 between arch rivals Idaho and Allen from downtown Boise coming up next. For the first time since 2017, the Steelheads have a 1-0 series lead in the first round of playoffs, and for the first time in 14 years, they will look to make it 2-0 as it's Game 2 of the Mountain Division semifinals between Allen and Idaho coming up from downtown Boise. Hello, hockey fans. Cam McGuire here alongside former Steelheads captain Jefferson Dahlwell. It was a 6-5 overtime win for the Steelheads. We'll dive deep into it coming up in just a moment. Not the way that Idaho had drawn it up, but at the end of the day, they get the win, and that's what's most important.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Yeah, getting the win is the most important thing. I thought Idaho came out of the gates here a little slow. Obviously, playoffs is a different mentality. Allen's been playing playoff hockey for the last month, so I thought it took him about a period to get up to speed, but then you saw him take over the game there in the second and third.
Well, let's head right back into the game on Monday night. Steelheads were able to erase two different two-goal deficits. They fell behind 1-0 in the first period. Colby McCauley would score the first goal of the game, but after falling behind 2-0 in the first, Mark Rassel got his first of the game with 4:19 to play in the opening period. And then midway through the second, Wade Murphy provided a power play goal, tying the score at 2. Allen took their second two-goal lead of the game, notching a pair 75 seconds apart from one another. But in the end of the stanza, Patrick Kudla's first of two on the night would cut the Allen lead back down to 1 with 1:38 remaining in the second period. And Matt Register's goal right there, 53 seconds later, had it all tied at 4 after 40 minutes of work. About 5 minutes into the third stanza, James Hardy giving Allen back the lead. But 2:56 later, second of the game from Kudla, coming on the power play. A deflection from initial shot by Keaton Mastrodonato. And you see the great deflection by Kudla, who finished with 3 points. Then we headed to overtime. The Steelheads were 9-2 in the extra session. During the regular season, they ended things on average in 84 seconds. And on Monday night, all that was needed was 23 seconds for Mark Rassel to end the game.
Yeah, it was awesome there. You saw just 23 seconds left there, but you probably look at it and say, hey, Constantini kind of screwed up, but I attribute it to their forecheck. He had Wade Murphy going on that first defenseman there. He had to go to his backhand. Pelton Bice was right there to throw it out front to Rassel. So it was a great forecheck. Made Allen turn over that puck there quickly, and Rassel was the recipient of that goal.
Earlier this morning, we caught up with Steelheads head coach Everett Sheen to talk about the comeback and some areas of improvement that Idaho wants to hone in on this evening.
Well, it's definitely not how you draw up the game plan. Being down 2-0, clawing back, tying it up, go down 4-2, tie it up again, down 5-4, tie it up, and then win it. It just speaks to the resiliency of our guys. There's no quitting there. Really, there's no panic on the bench. We knew we had to keep with it, and we'd get our chances. And we are a dangerous team that can score goals, so we just were waiting for our opportunities, and we made good on them. But it's big to get a win in playoffs, no matter how you get it. Yeah, one of their big strengths is their transition game. They're very dangerous off the rush. They're very skilled. They can make plays. So we got to make sure we're above pucks. Taking away lanes, going through sticks. Disrupting passes instead of trying to pick off passes, because they'll make the plays. They're a very skilled hockey team, and like I said, they're dangerous off the rush, so we got to be able to slow them down.
Yeah, just like Coach Sheen here talked about here, obviously good on their reloads here. It looked like Idaho right in their right spot there, and then just two guys just jump and try to do a little too much. You have McCauley flying through speed there, and just with a little crack, he's got a great shot, a little room there.
Americans will take a one. Yeah, Steelheads certainly want to clean things up on the defensive side of the puck. Once again, the offense was there. Idaho in the regular season set a franchise record with 303 goals. A large part of that can be due to three players specifically, Wade Murphy, Mark Rassel, and Ty Pelton-Bice, who all had multi-point games on Wednesday night. Rassel with 2 goals and an assist, Wade Murphy with a goal and an assist, and Ty Pelton-Bice with 4 helpers. Now, these are two of those 3 players spent time in the AHL this season. They played together pretty much the entirety of the year on a line, and when they were in the lineup together, 30-8 record for those 3.
Yeah, those guys have been lights out. They've got chemistry, as you can just see here, with how much production they've had in the limited time too. You talked about the 2 called, and even Murphy, they're injured there late in the season. He's picking up speed, but those guys are dynamic together. You can see them going against their top line. For Allen, Monday night, I expect more of the same here tonight.
Yeah, we talked with forward Ty Pelton-Bice after practice this morning about the chemistry that these guys built so early on.
Yeah, we got a lot of chemistry for sure. I love playing with those guys. I think just all our games complement each other. We all play a little differently, but Mark's just a natural goal scorer, good around the net. Wade can hunt pucks. He can score. He can do it all. We can all do a little bit of everything, but just trying to distribute the puck to those guys has, I think, been the easiest part of my game this year.
Yeah, just like he talked about there, you got speed, you got skill, you got it all in there, and that overtime goal is a prime example of it. You had Wade Murphy hard on the forecheck, able to create that turn to Pelton. Pelton-Bice made a beautiful feed out front, and then Rassel able to finish it off there. They've been lights out, and they need to be moving forward here.
Here's a look at Idaho goaltender Jake Kiley, who made his ECHL playoff debut on Monday night, made 27 saves. We talked with Sheener earlier this morning. You look at the numbers on paper, yes, he allowed 5 goals, but there was some defensive breakdowns, and he credited Kiley with some big-time stops.
Yeah, he made some big saves there early on there, especially when Idaho was trying to find their legs. You look at 5 goals, not a lot of them were his fault. Yeah. There's some mix-ups just like you did. I expect that to be cleaned up, and Kiley's been lights out here down the stretch, and he's seen the puck really well.
A goaltending change for the Allen Americans. Marco Costantini allowed 6 goals on 39 shots. They'll hand it off to Mark Sinclair here tonight. 0-4 record in the regular season against Idaho with a goals against average of 5, a save percentage of .889. But on average in those 4 games, he faced 47 shots from the Steelheads.
Yeah, he's no slouch there seeing Idaho put up that many shots there. They probably got confidence in him too. I think making a change here gives their bench a little more pep in their step here tonight, and looking for a rebound game here on Wednesday.
Sinclair with playoff experience last year as a member of the Cincinnati Cyclones. It's Game 2 of the Mountain Division semifinals coming up next.